Every day, there's this echo in your mind, a restless buzz that screams louder than the noise around you. Why isn't success, real success, lasting? Why do deals fall through even when the numbers look perfect? Why does every plan feel stuck inside a cage of rules nobody dares to break? It's like the world gave you a map, but it's a fake. Paper thin, easy to tear, full of dead ends designed to trap those who want to break free. You feel it in every forced meeting, every handshake that's more about posture than power, every investment that doesn't ignite but just smolders quietly, wasting potential, time, and your drive. You're sitting on capital, sure, but is it really working for you? Or is it just noise, a fog of money that does everything but what you need it to do? That's the real pain, the invisible prison that most never even realize they're locked in. Capital that isn't smart, capital that doesn't work for you. Imagine if the capital you had wasn't just cash sitting idle, but a weapon, alive, smart, breathing with intention, striking not just to fill pockets, but to break barriers, to build futures no one else dares envision. Not the kind you hear about in the mainstream, not the kind shouted by loudmouths in boardrooms or splashed across headlines. There's this quiet, almost invisible force moving under the radar, the smartest capital nobody talks about, and it's sitting right where you least expect it. It's capital that doesn't just multiply, but transforms. Capital that tears down the illusion of comfort and convinces mediocrity that it has no home here anymore. This capital is the antidote to the world's biggest lie, that freedom comes from rules and approval, from those who invented the game to keep you in your box. You know the lie well. It whispers that freedom is your birthright, but hands you a checklist that chains you. It promises equality, then rewards bland copies and punishes the fire in the soul. It pretends to serve while feeding you the scraps of a system designed to process you, not empower you. And if your capital feels locked in that very system, quiet, obedient, but useless, that's no accident. It's the system's way of draining your individuality, your power, slowly, like a parasite that feeds on your ambitions. The real capital that can explode your world into something wild, new, and unparalleled cannot thrive in that cage. So what is this capital? It's not just money, it's not just equity or assets. It's an entirely different kind of power, one built on ruthless sovereignty. It's the fierce, unwavering command over your own resources, decisions, and vision. Capital that aligns with your fire, your unique spark, the rare essence that the world's rulebook tries so hard to erase. This capital lives outside the comfort zone of consensus. It rejects the status quo, doesn't beg for permission, but demands transformation. It's a network of capital connected not by geography or nationality, but by the shared will of the few who understand that true progress comes from the edges, from those willing to burn to reshape reality. And here's the secret you rarely hear, that capital becomes unstoppable when it's linked with others who burn as fiercely as you do. You might think going at it alone is strength. After all, you're the founder, the visionary. But isolation is the silent killer of potential. The truest, deadliest trap is the isolation of brilliance without connection. The rare capital, smart capital, ignites only when it finds its complementary sparks. It's messy, unpolished, sometimes uncomfortable, but it's brutal synergy. It's brutal honesty among equals. It's fierce collaboration that strips away everything but what truly matters, making things happen that no one else imagined possible. Imagine stepping out of the line, breaking that invisible rule book handed to you at the start, walking into a room where rules don't apply, where power flows from relentless will and radical clarity, where capital is a living force to be wielded, not a tool to be managed. That's the revolution happening silently among family offices, founders, and investors who refuse to be cogs in the machine. They are building an infrastructure where the rare come together, where misaligned brilliance becomes aligned power, where misunderstood ideas find fertile ground and bold visions leap off the page into reality. This infrastructure is not about scaling noise. It's about amplifying essence. Forget belonging as you know it. This is about becoming. Becoming who you were born to be, the creator of new paradigms beyond the tired echoes of yesterday's rules. It's not a nice story. It demands ruthless practice of freedom, patience to play the long game, and the courage to choose your circle with fierce selectivity, because real progress needs alignment among those who refuse to be tamed. If you felt the unbearable tension, that quiet fire breaking through the surface telling you there's more than the easy deals, more than the hollow titles, more than the comfortable mediocrity, this is your call. The world has no space for you, not yet. But this capital, this network, is where the system ends and your real journey begins. Here, capital is not just money flowing, it's will flowing. It's intention infused into every dollar, every partnership, every move. It's power reclaimed, born from refusing the false freedom that smiles at you while burying your fire beneath convenience and conformity. The smartest capital you've been searching for is not locked in banks or blue chip stocks. It's in the connections you haven't rediscovered yet, in the collaborations you haven't dared to forge, in the breaks from the norms you haven't yet taken. It's capital freed from the cage of rules, capital that works for you not because it must, but because it wants to, because it's aligned with your fire, your vision, your relentless refusal to be ordinary. This is not a journey for comfort seekers. It's not for those who ask, why change? It's for those whose defiance runs deeper than fear for the unknown, whose hunger for becoming is louder than any voice telling them to settle. It's the calling of those who know that to create what's next, everything that came before must be unlearned. This capital isn't just smart, it's alive. It burns, it breaks the mold, it rewrites the rules, and it waits for those few who dare to claim it. So don't just watch this and move on. Look around. Who in your orbit fuels your fire? Who challenges your limits? Who holds capital that won't settle? Align with those few. Stop giving power to systems that always ask more while delivering less. Build up your capital not as a number, but as an expression of your sovereignty. Question everything, especially the comfortable truths sold to you for a quiet life. Transform not just your portfolio, but your reality. These aren't just words. They're a code for survival in a system that doesn't want you to win. But you don't just want to win, you want to transcend. The clock is ticking, the edges of possibility keep expanding, and the smartest capital, the kind that doesn't just multiply but revolutionizes, waits on those willing to burn quietly, fiercely, and with relentless purpose. Be that spark. Find that network. Build that capital. The fire inside you was never meant to be tamed. It's meant to reshape the world. Don't settle for less when the smartest capital is waiting. Silent, powerful, unstoppable, just on the other side of the courage it takes to step beyond comfort and demand more. This is your moment to own it, to unleash it, to become what no one else saw coming. The smartest capital nobody talks about, it's waiting for you, and it's hungry.